Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Monday evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, and one of our old co-hosts, Ben. And it is just about to go 44 minutes past 6 on the 3rd of June 2024. I hope we're finding you all in a good state of affairs, and if we're not, then we hope things improve you very, very soon. So, we're going to be taking a look today at another drink of Ben's recommendation. I'm hoping this is somewhat better than the Gonster. It's bound to be honest. And this is a very particular spiced rum that Ben has recommended to me for a while. And why don't you give a quick introduction to it?
Basically, it is, I think the easiest way to describe it, if anyone is curious, is just to say it's 75.5%. If you can see it there, and it's plum and vanilla, I believe, flavour, and yeah, they'll put hairs on your chest, basically.
So plum and what flavour?
Vanilla.
That's actually not a bad mix of flavours there. I do like sort of like plum and vanilla together in like a pudding around Christmas. That's a good one. But yeah, it's definitely for the stronger side of things. But why don't you show the label off to the camera, because I really like the design of the label. This, I think, for me, honestly, has to get a 10. I don't know about you. There's not much to fault about it. I wish I'll give it probably like a 9.5 out of 10, because I wish like the design of the bottle was a bit more like rum cask kind of shape.
Yeah, like Kraken has that little...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like a pirate thing.
If it had not necessarily that, but something like that, then it would be a 10 out of 10. But 9.5 out of 10, I think, for the bottle and the label. What do you think?
No, I really like it. I like the colours. It kind of despite the fact it's... kind of looks like a Mexican Day of the Dead mask a little bit, which I like. But no, I do agree with you with if it was more of that kind of shape ball, if you get what I mean. Probably bad, but no, yeah, I'll give it a 9.
I thought as well that I might as well just read a little bit off the website here, so I'm just going to go off screen for a second and you'll be treated to exposition, Ted. So, Old J Tiki Fire. The origins of Old J date back to 1740, when an admiral decided to enforce a reduction in the British Navy's much-loved rum ration. Old J Tiki Fire redresses this historic reduction by increasing the strength to 151 proof, but keeps the spices lime and sugar that make Old J what it is. Tiki Fire is based on the same recipe as the original spiced Old J, but is bottled at an intense 75.5% ABV, created with cocktail enthusiasts in mind. It is designed to add some heat to your mixology, but also makes for a real fire in the throat shot experience, recognised with a gold award at the 2017 Rum Masters. It may taste like the original and smell like the original, but Tiki Fire is a different beast. You'll know it when you feel it. And they did say here that there's a recommendation for a cocktail that they recommend making, which is 35 millilitres of this, along with 3 dashes of absinthe, 3 dashes of Angostura bitters, and 20 millilitres each of lime juice and sugar syrup, and then 50 millilitres of apple juice. And then
Did that say absinthe?
Oh my god, yeah!
No, that wasn't me saying you've pronounced it wrong. That was, who the hell is going to put this with absinthe?
Oh, right.
That's what I'm scared about.
Oh yeah, that is a bit mental actually.
Yeah, that's insane.
And all it says as well is just swizzle all ingredients together and garnish with lime and nutmeg. It's like...
Just do that with your finger.
What a stupid way that... No, it could be nice, but that does sound pretty overpowering.
Yeah.
So, what would you give the label and the bottle out of 10?
No, I like 9. Yeah, a 9. I realised that there's some of that story on the back of it. Not as much detail, but yeah. So I was kind of reading along with it.
You charlatans.
It's like you were reading me a story.
Well, I did study history at uni, so it kind of makes sense.
There you go. You've got the voice for it.
Now,
yeah, no, I like it.
Let's pour this into our shot glasses and we'll see what the smell profile is like. So how much should I fill it up by, do you think? Oh! That
you smell it?
That's a strong ass nose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gonna do a quick snifter. Oh, you definitely get a scent for the vanilla, but blimey, he's actually a really good nose though.
It smells lovely.
It's extremely overpowering. I'm not gonna lie, but the old vanilla nose there, it really is like the main. Well, it's the only characteristic I can get of the nose, but it does smell nice though. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10, just purely for the fact that it's a bit heavy on the vanilla and it's a bit overpowering. But What would you say?
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's not as overpowering because I'm a bit used to it, because obviously I've had this before. But I feel like the smell is it's strong, but I feel the smell's a bit, it's like lulling you into a false sense of security.
Yeah, that is true. It does feel like one of those.
It smells like it's going to be light.
It feels like one of those Polish vodkas that's like 60%, and then you smell it and you're like, oh, this smells like water, and then you drink it, it's like pure sort of like varnish.
Yeah, there's like a, not to stick to the usual thing that I always do, seeing as the last time I was on here was a Hungarian ale, but there's a Hungarian spirit called Palenka, and it smells like fruits, and then you drink 13 of it and you're throwing up in a toilet on the train to Budapest, 8:30 in the morning.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was even worse is outside the toilet, there was a little child with his arm in a sling.
Did that just make you feel shame?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. He heard everything. Anyway.
Alright, anyway. Remember, don't travel to Budapest after drinking half a bottle of this. And, yeah. How much do you think I should pour into the glass?
How much does that take?
So it takes, measures up to 30 millilitres, but realistically it takes about 50 this.
Let's do 30.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. So yeah, I discovered this. I was in a cocktail bar in Eastbourne, the town I grew up in. And I was on a date, and I think the bartender was doing that typical thing where he was like flirt with the girl but make the guy look like a bit of a knob.
Yeah.
So he went, oh, and he was about 4 foot, so he wanted to take down the tall person. And he was like, oh, you should try this, I'll give it to you for free. Because he wanted to get me pissed. So he gave me 3 of these, and yeah, I wasn't on the floor, but I was more drunk than I'd anticipated. And I've been hooked ever since.
How did the rest of the date go?
I think it went alright. Yeah. I wasn't on the floor. I think his aim was to get me to like rolling in a gutter, but that was right.
Yeah, it does sound like a bit sort of like he went into that with some slightly sinister intentions.
Yeah, a teeny bit. I was really glad when his cocktail bar shut down.
Yeah, screw that guy. Alright, I'm just trying to find some. I'll cut this bit out. Just trying to find some way of propping it up. Right, there we go. Alright, so let's have a quick snifter of it in the glass then, see what it really smells like, because it has usually more room to breathe. Ooh, it's.
You can smell how strong it is now.
You can smell how strong it is now, but there's a more varying profile to it in the glass. So you still get a strong through line of vanilla. And
I feel like I'm a bit drunk. You can smell ethanol.
Yeah, you can definitely. Bloody hell. Yeah, Ben, you can sort of like taste a undercurrent of like tropical plummy kind of fruit. It's good nodes in the glass, but there's just this little bit of harshness at the end that's kind of caught me off guard. So I'm going to give it actually a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think like the bottle look would lull you into this full sense of security. Yeah. But now that it's out of the bottle, you can smell that it's going.
It still smells really nice, but like there's like I said, there's a lingering harshness at the end where you're just like, oh, I could be in trouble.
This could ruin my day, basically. I actually had a shot of, so that this bottle in particular, I actually, when I moved into my current flat, there was a bunch of booze that had been left by the people who lived there before, and that was one of them. Yeah. And all my flatmates were like, I don't know what this is. And I was like, I do, I'll have it. So this bottle's about 1.5 years old. So this is probably about 82%, because it's probably just fermented. So before I came here, I had a little sip to see if it tasted all right. And I quickly had to run to Sainsbury's to get a meal deal to line my stomach. Other supermarkets are available.
Right, well, before we see what it really tastes like, quick palate cleanser. Right. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So, to everyone at home and to Ben here, bottoms up, and I hope you have a good week ahead.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You alright?
Yeah.
Breathe.
I'll get my own water. I'm sorry for spilling on you.
It's alright, I thought you were going to die. At this juncture, I would like to point out that in the lift up to your flat, I said, I thought about us doing 2, I decided not to, and you have said, yes, we'll do 2.
No, we won't.
No, yep.
I think because I've got some inflamed lymph nodes on my neck at the moment. Bloody hell! So whenever I do anything strenuous, it pushes one of them out and makes it hurt a little bit until I push it back in. So,
You okay?
yeah, choking on that definitely aggravated that a little bit. And it nearly, yeah. I think that's the first. It tastes nice.
Yeah.
But that might actually be the only time on Dead's Booze Cellar where a drink has actually nearly killed me.
I genuinely thought you were dying. I thought you were having I thought you were hyperventilating.
I was actually choking.
No?
No, I've still got some in this shot glass
You
actually.
haven't even done it all.
I might not even do an outtakes bit at the end of this video. It might just be uncut, just pure chaos. Quick palate cleanser before I try it again.
I'll do it again with you. It's come right in my head, Dad.
God, it brings a tear to your eye. Okay.
It gets slightly better the second time.
It does, and for my personal experience, I would actually recommend drinking this as a sipping drink. Shut the fuck up!
Fucking hell.
It does just smash you in the face.
Hit you in the chest. Yeah, I gave this to my dad when he was 7. I think when he was 70. He's 72 now, and I thought I'd killed him because he was like coughing for about 10 minutes.
No, the fact that he survived 2 months after that point, let alone 2 years, is still impressive after drinking this shit.
Yeah, I thought I killed him. I was like, oh, this is it. I've done it. The inheritance is mine.
I think this is it on record as the strongest ever drink on Ted's Booze Cellar. It's not for the faint of heart. As Ben said, if you're more of the light-weighted nature kind of person, and your complexion goes very red when you get lots of booze in you quickly, this probably isn't for you. And I mean that as a matter of principle, because as much as we are enjoying it, this is kicking our ass.
I'm also in pain.
Yeah, like this, it's not an easy shot to drink.
Yeah.
This is by far and away has the most intense experience in terms of like combination of texture and flavour that I've ever had on this show. I wouldn't say it's my favourite spirit, to be honest, just because it is quite intense.
Yeah.
And I feel like it has the highest level of intensity of any drink on this show in the past, but while it does mean that I can't necessarily give it like a 10 out of 10, it does mean that I can say it is a good spirit, because it does actually taste really, really good. Like the flavour is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it just burns on the way down.
Yeah, it is not for the faint-of-hearted. Its flavour is marvellous, but also supremely intense. And weirdly enough, even though I did rag on the texture a bit because of how much it messed me up, it does kind of suit the flavour a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
The more that I think about it. It's just, I guess also it's just that I drank it too quickly.
Yeah. I feel like you don't, when you do it for the first time, you don't anticipate how really strong it is.
Yeah.
Like the plum and the vanilla like completely throws you off. Like we said, you can smell it a little bit when it's in the shot glass, but then you do it and you almost die.
Yeah. Oh, God. But anyway, the flavour. It's kind of like, yeah, similar to the nose actually. It's kind of like a mainly vanilla-y through line. It feels like a slightly pineapple-y, almost weirdly plummy as well, undercurrent.
Well, it is plum.
Yeah,
That'd be why.
Yeah. But I'm not sure where the pineapple-y bit is coming from. But yeah, no, it's a really good mixture of flavours. And they do complement each other really nicely. It's got this sort of sweet candy-ish texture at the end as well, that kind of offsets the burning a little bit actually once you've had a few sips of this. And Yeah, no, the flavour profile is really interesting. It's quite intense. It's very... The texture is almost like spicy caramel, because it's got sweet candiness at the end. But like we said, it's very heavy and intensive. So I'll give the drink overall... I don't think I can actually physically do it as a shot, so I don't know if I can pass judgment on it as a shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
As a sipping drink, I would say...
With some ice.
Yeah, maybe with some ice.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, on its own, this is probably like an 8 out of 10. As a sipping drink with some ice, it's probably getting on for like an 8.7, possibly even a 9. In
front of a fireplace, you've got a big cigar in your hand.
Yeah, like in some ice, this is like possibly just about pushing on for a 9. And on its own, it's still a good 8 out of 10. I would definitely recommend this if you're of a sterner complexion, and like Ben said, if you've had at least like a chicken salad.
Yeah, line your stomach, please.
Bag of fridge raiders and like a Coke beforehand.
Yeah. Like definitely line your stomach.
Yeah, line your stomach with some starch, protein, and a bit of sugar. Maybe a bit of alkaline as well.
Maybe some more beer.
I'm gonna need one after this. After I've had another pint of water, but yeah. So 8 out of 10 on its own. 8 like 0.75 out of 10 for it with some ice. What would you rate it?
I just like how much it kind of does just kick your ass.
Yeah.
Just like straight away. I like the vanilla, like you said, like the caramel thing you said was spot on. And then, so the vanilla kind of like stays, and then the plum kind of just like lingers. Like, it kind of like the vanilla goes through, and then the plum will like linger in like the background. But also, your chest is on fire, and you feel like you're having a cardiac arrest. So yeah, 9.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's definitely up in the upper echelons, but like I said, it's just very intense, and purely from the fact that it nearly killed me, I do have to like dock it a point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rush out. Like I said, this particular bottle was about 1.5 years, I think, and when I got it, it was there. And in 1.5 years, I've only got down to here. And obviously, most spirit bottles you'll polish off in about a couple months, won't you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't rush to get this. Like, I forgot I had this until we started talking about it.
Right. Well, thank you for bringing it anyway. You're made of sterner stuff than me, although it does have to be said that compared to Charlton fans, West Ham fans are slightly mad. But that's what you get. Oh god. Anyway, I would recommend it, but yeah, just do keep in mind it's not for the faint-of-hearted. Absolutely not.
If you see it in a bar, give it a go. But you have been warned.
If you see it in a bar, give it a go, but have a bag of peanuts at least first.
Salted peanuts would go lovely with us.
Actually, yeah, that would be quite good. Also, like sort of those spicy, crunchy coated peanuts you can get in Belgian bars.
Yeah. The ones that are in like red shells.
Those are really nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, as always, we hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, share, and subscribe if you did. If you want to check out any of my other social medias, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. If you want to leave any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, as well as other kinds of video formats, do leave those in the comment section down below as well. And if you've had any particular intense experiences with either Tiki Fire or any other heavily intense spirits for that matter, do let us know in the comment section down below. But as always, do drink responsibly. And until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything we wouldn't do, wash your hands, drink responsibly, know your limits, and we'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye for now.
Bye. Coming up now, isn't it? We'll never sell ice creams going that fast.
And
the oranges.
The oranges?
Look, stop it. Right, this is going to go in the outtakes at the end.